All right, thanks for hanging in there with me. We're almost finished. Now, I want you to look back over all of these chapters. For each chapter in your life, ask yourself, what are the major life lessons that I learned during each chapter in my life? What are the major life lessons that I learned during each specific chapter of my life? Try to come up with at least one life lesson for each chapter. It's okay if you think of more than one. These life lessons don't have to come from your pink sticky notes or even from some major life event. Just identify something that you learned during that specific period of your life. Now, write down each life lesson on a green sticky note. If you start to feel stuck, look in your participants guide. You'll find some questions in there that should be able to help you. Each time you write a life lesson on a green sticky note, place that note in the space that you left along the bottom margin underneath the chapter it goes with. That's it. Congratulations. This was a huge step toward completing your first circle. When you've got your timeline finished, copy those lessons from your green sticky notes into the past experiences circle in your participant guide.
A couple of key experiences in my past that guided me toward my Chazown, I think would be, number one would be when I was separated from my wife. You know, when I was separated from my wife, it's just something happened to me where, and I wanted to chase after different things, but man, just God got a hold of me to where I knew that I needed to change something in my life.
Addiction is what has led me to my Chazown to let me know that God was going to use me from the bad things I had been through or the bad things I experienced to help other people to overcome and to know that there is life after addiction.
My Chazown has a lot to do with leadership. And what I realized when looking through and reviewing my past experiences, that there were several experiences, both in high school and in college for me, that helped me to see that people were looking to me as a leader, even in situations where maybe I wasn't in a leadership role.
Well, two experiences that guided me to my Chazown. One really good experience and then other not so good. The first one was 4 years ago, I lost my father to cancer. And obviously that's a very painful experience, but it did guide me to my Chazown. The other experience is a really great experience, and that is the birth of my son, Camden. He's 2 years old now, but it seems like yesterday that we brought him home from the hospital.
I think a second experience would be the birth of my daughter. So those two key past experiences really pushed me toward that something was missing in my life.
Now, I know that was a lot to think about, and the odds are your mind is still spinning. There's a lot to think about, a lot to process. So let's think of this as our living timeline. In fact, as long as you still live, this timeline will grow and evolve with you. The good news is that we serve a God who is working in all things. He's taking our past events to shape us into who He wants us to be today so we can better glorify Him tomorrow. And as we listen to the voice of the Holy Spirit and examine it through the lens of our past experiences, I believe you're not going to be like a lot of people, because a lot of people end up somewhere by accident. But because you're seeking God, you're going to end up somewhere on purpose.